What's going on, boys and girls? Alan Kevorkov with BeTheClaw.com and another trip to Hershey Park. This was back in August of 2015. So here I'm playing one of the old machines. These are up and across with some Tasmanian devils. These are pretty small plush, and these machines are very weak, but I was hoping that I'll be able to grab one of these guys, and actually worked out pretty well on the first try. The claw doesn't close all that great, so you pretty much have to grab the prize by the largest area, and in some cases the prizes aren't even big enough to be won. So it has to be positioned just right. That's why all of these, as you can see, all these prizes are kind of laying in there perfectly, not just completely randomly tossed, because it's really hard to grab. So if you go for the closest one, there's a better chance, because some of these are in the front. We're not surrounded by other Tazes, so there's a better chance of the claw kind of getting around the prize. So I was able to grab two of them. Moved on to the Mega Crane, and I noticed just how weak that thing was. The prices were pretty good, and for the considering how cheap the rest of the machines were, either rigged or really crappy prizes, I figured this machine was probably just entirely too weak to even bother playing. So moved on again to the older big choice machines, and these little Namco donut teddies. You can see here how the claw just doesn't even close all the way. I figured I might be able to get one if I stick one of the prongs inside the donut hole. Either that or just get them perfectly flat, but it's kind of hard to tell if the claw was big enough to grab it that way. As you can see, it just slips out really easily. The claw is very, very weak, so you pretty much have to grab it just right. Unless there's two of them that are really close to each other, you might be able to get them two in one, just because the claw doesn't close all the way. But if you have two of them like that, it might be thick enough to fit on the claw. But if obviously they fell out, so much for that. And this one was being very starboard. As you can see, it's just laying there right in front of the prize chute, and I just completely missed it, even though the claw dropped right over the prize. It's just because it's not closing all the way. And here, the arms and legs helped out, and it jumped right back in there. It's kind of starting to lose hope a little bit, but just kept trying, and here we got a good win. Another machine with some SpongeBob's and Patrick's, and I'm not sure who the purple guy is. It didn't look like it belonged in there, but I'm trying for Patrick here first. Stabbed him in the crotch, and he slipped right out. Let's try again. It's going to slip right out. Yeah, you can see here again, the claw doesn't close at all. I don't know, it looks like about 50-60% closes. Maybe a little bit more, but definitely not enough to have a good grab. But I guess that they did that on purpose, otherwise it would be really pretty easy to win, because these prizes are pretty small and light. It's definitely not impossible. It's just you have to grab it just right, like this. As long as you grab it around the fattest part. Thankfully, Patrick is big enough to win. I was trying for this pink, purple, whatever, pink dinosaur, whatever the heck that is. But I'm not even sure. I don't think he really belongs in there. I don't think SpongeBob had any dinosaurs. I could be wrong, but he just seemed like a totally different plush compared to SpongeBob and Patrick. Now, you'll see this machine, I think it was 50 cents per play, if I'm not mistaken. You'll see how ridiculous this thing is. First of all, it's hard to grab a prize, and if you get one, it drops over the glass over the mirror, and jumps right into the back into the price field. So I'm trying again, and just completely missed. So hard to get the candy. I mean, you realize how cheap all that stuff is. Like each piece of candy, I don't know. I can't put a price on it, but it's very, very cheap. So let's say you grab one,
I got something.
and once again it drops over the mirror here and slides down, and then you have a coin pusher thing going on where you don't even win anything. This, I have to say, probably one of the most ridiculous machines I've seen in quite a while. It's 50 cents a play, I think. Pretty sure. I'm definitely not any less than that. Hard to grab a prize, and if you do it, it'll either jump back out or you might not even win. This is eel-out, rigged, about as rigged as it'll ever get. I had absolutely no hopes for this, but I figured, while I'm here, might as well, give it a few tries. Got some fillies, bears that I thought I'd try. Couple of plays, didn't really think it was really worth playing a whole lot. There's a My Little Pony machine right next to it, also the BeTheClaw by eel-out, and my daughters love My Little Pony, so I figured I'd spend some time here. So we got that purple one, the Twilight Sparkle, pretty close to the price shoot. Again, I wasn't really holding much hope, but I figured if I can get this close to the price shoot, there's a pretty decent chance I might be able to get a tumble in, because the machine is definitely on the payout, and a pretty bad one at that. Because they're pretty, small and light, easy to grab. I did not think that it would have a payout that would be within any reason. So all I wanted to do is move the thing over to the price shoot as close as possible, which is exactly what happened here. Now, the closer part, usually I drop the claw as close to the price shoot as possible, but here we only have the legs, so I had no choice but to go for the head, and it fell right back into the same spot. If it was flipped a little bit, if the head was on the other side, then it would be probably a no-brainer. It would be really easy, just grab by the head and it'll probably drop into the price shoot. But since it's kind of laying in there upside down, that's a bit of a pain. Had to keep trying a few times. Had to try to bring it back up over the price shoot. But it was definitely promising. Anything that's that close to the price shoot is usually, in one way or another, is gettable, and this one was being a little stubborn. Now, if we could get it over, by the head, it should be able to tip it over and be a winner, just like this.
Finally. Oh, it's home flashing. Winner, winner, winner.
Alright, so I had one more play. I wanted to give it a shot here for another close one, but that didn't work out. And that's all we got. Thanks for watching. See you next time.